Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Near-term USD rebound continues as ECB worries over EUR strength. Video analysis. http ntvforex.com news ID F98FF093 2021 15:06 p.m. Market overview. The near-term recovery on the dollar continues for a third session, in a move which is impacting across major Forex and precious metals. Dovish steers from FOMC members in recent days have played into this, as has a rather downbeat assessment of the U.S. economic recovery from the Fed's Beige Book last night. However, the strengthening also has origins from the corridors of the European Central Bank. With the euro hitting $1.20 this week, there has been a range of briefings to relay the concerns that the Governing Council has around these levels. ECB chief economist Philip Lane noted that the exchange rate does matter, and there have been other briefings to suggest that a strong euro could hurt export growth and dampen inflation further. The near-term impact is hitting euro and by association strengthening the dollar, which is knocking through major Forex. For now, these moves are simply near-term and counter to a bigger dollar downtrend. However, there are some key levels approaching on major markets. How the dollar reacts in the coming days to these levels could be key to the medium-term outlook. Focus today will be on any further ECB board member comments, whilst services PMIs and the ISM non-manufacturing will also be eyed. Wall Street closed another big session higher, with the S&P 500 1.5% at 3,580. US futures are a shade lower today though, with E-mini S&P 0.2%. Asian markets were generally positive overnight, with Nikkei 0.9% but Shanghai Composite 0.7%. In Europe, futures suggest a marginally positive start, with FTSE futures 0.2% and DAX futures 0.7%. In Forex, the USD rebound continues to run, with GBP and EUR both around 0.5% lower, whilst similar slips on AUD and NZD, whilst JPY holds up relatively well. In commodities, the USD rebound is weighing again on gold just over 0.5% lower and silver 2.5%. Oil fell sharply yesterday and is down another 0.3% today as demand concerns weigh. Today is a day of services PMIs on the economic calendar. Eurozone data is first up at 0900 BST, where the final Eurozone Services PMI for August is expected to be unrevised at 50.1 from the flash August 50.1, final July 54.7. This would leave the final Eurozone Composite PMI at 51.6 flash August, 54.9 final July. The UK data is at 0930 BST and is expected to show final UK Services PMI confirmed at 60.1 flash August, whilst the final July reading was 56.5. This would leave the final UK Composite PMI at 60.3 flash August, up from 57.0 final July. Eurozone retail sales for July are expected to grow by 1.5% on the month, meaning a year-on-year growth of 3.5% up from 1.3% in July. Into the US session, first up there is the weekly jobless claims at 1330 BST, which is expected to fall further to 950,000 from 1.006 m last week. The U.S. trade balance is expected to see the deficit widen to $58.0 bn in July from $50.7 bn in June. The key focus will be on the U.S. ISM non-manufacturing at 1500 BST, which is expected to slip back slightly in August to 57.0 from 58.1 in July. There is also a key central banker to watch for today, with the Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey speaking at 1500 BST. Chart of the day: ANZD USD NBSP. We are gradually turning more positive on the Kiwi once more. Throughout August, the Kiwi had a real struggle on a relative basis against major Forex, but the tide seems to be turning now. After a series of strong bull candles, the breakout back above 0.6715 has signaled a decisive shift in sentiment. It effectively completes a 2-month range breakout and implies around 225 pips of upside now. The near-term USD rebound is weighing on the outlook, and a drag back towards the 0.6715 breakout old resistance becomes new support would represent a buying opportunity. Throughout July and August, a mid-range pivot formed around 0.6600, and any supported weakness into 0.6600-0.6715, which is now a near-term buy zone, should be considered an opportunity. The long uptrend dating back to March comes in around 0.6570 today. Momentum is just fading on a near-term basis, but the big bull cross on MACD lines around neutral is a strong medium-term positive signal. Initial resistance hit 0.6790, an old high from July 2019, but we expect further upside in due course. Brent crude oil. Over the past week, the outlook for oil has become less positive. Despite consistent pressure on resistance at $46.25, a series of negatively configured candles have formed, with closing prices often towards the low of the session. This has now developed into more of a considerable warning for the bulls. A sharp negative candlestick yesterday, closing decisively below the 21-day moving average, which today has started to roll over, currently at $45.05. This comes with Brent crude trading at a one-week low, but more importantly breaking the 11-week uptrend. This is a move that the bulls really now need to be wary of. The RSI is below 50 and at its lowest since late April, whilst stochastics and MACD lines begin to accelerate lower. The key will now be how the bulls respond to the support band $43.60–$43.90. If this is breached, then this would be a key shift in medium-term outlook, as it would be the first breach of a higher low since the recovery began. Resistance now in at $44.55–$45.20 needs to be breached to get the bulls back on track and avoid the growth of this near-term corrective move. Dow Jones Industrial Average. A big positive session has driven the Dow strongly higher once more, and the market is now within one strong session of the all-time highs. The bulls are still completely in control, as the old bear gap from February between 28,400–28,890 has now been decisively closed. The only real resistance is now February's all-time high of 29,568. Momentum is extremely strong to reflect the trend strength, but perhaps RSI is beginning to look slightly stretched again. Back in June, when the Dow was accelerating higher over a 3-week period, the RSI hit 76 before the market reversed on a blow-off top which cut 9% in just over 3 sessions. As the market becomes ever more stretched, this could be the risk again, chasing the market higher at these levels. However, for now, MACD and stochastics are more moderate in their bullish intent this time, so we remains bullish with mild caution. Initial support is 28,735 before the latest higher low at 28,290. Other assets insights: EUR USD analysis. Read now. GBP USD NBSP analysis. NBSP. Read now. USD JPY NBSP analysis. NBSP. Read now. Gold analysis. Read now. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://m.me/mt5.expert.advisors.